See, my name's Brent Fairhead and part of Lawrence Group. So we're a multi-discipline firm. I guess we offer accounting and tax services, financial planning, and finance broking. Was predominantly what we've done. Yeah, and I guess I started in 1998, so 23 years ago. Really kicked off it was just an accounting firm, and I was fresh out of uni, or still in uni actually, and just got offered a job down at the local footy club, and they asked if I wanted to do financial planning, and I said, "What's that?" And sort of learnt from there, and we built the business, from nothing up to quite a large operation, and sort of been through. I pretty much run the financial planning side of the business, and I've got business partners who run the accounting side. We offer mainly our client base are small to medium business clients, which come off the back of the accounting firm, and a lot of self-managed superannuation clients. Yeah, that's how I got into the industry, and haven't left. Sort of been a little bit institutionalized here at Lawrence. Been here for more than half my life. Look, I've always been a little bit frustrated with, I guess, the industry, and I was previously just the whole structure of the industry around licensing and everything. And I guess I was probably, for the first 15 years, I call it stuck in an igloo, because I was part of a large licensee, and sort of you get told, you believe what you get told, and I guess we were told that this is how it happens. So I think for a number of years there, it seemed to be that there was a lot of product focus to what we were doing. It didn't always sit well with me. There was always a lot of percentage-based fees. There was always a lot of if there's no financial product, then how do you, then you don't, everything sort of seemed to come back to a financial product. And I was always a bit different. I always sort of offered, strategy advice and charged fixed fees. And so I was always a little bit different to what some others were doing, but I was comfortable with that. It sat well with me. I didn't feel comfortable charging someone the more money they had, charging more, even if I was doing the same amount of work. So, in the end, I guess that large dealer group started charging us fees and trying to link all their fees to products as well. And that's when and we were sort of stuck there for a bit. But when the opportunity came up to buy the Lawrence business and we took ownership of it, we then had the opportunity to leave that licensee, and that's probably when I stuck my head out of the igloo and sort of got to know that there was more different types of financial products out there. There was different types of services out there. There was different types of advisors out there, and through that journey, I met Santi, and and what Implemented Portfolios were doing, was sort of music to my ears, because I never really saw myself as the investment guru, and I always wanted to try and partner up with experts, because I felt that the investment portfolio side of the business, really, it was something that shouldn't be done just at the annual review, because that's not necessarily the best time to review investments, because everyone's review dates are different. And I feel that markets change all the time, and the best time to make changes to a portfolio is at the best time to make the change to the portfolio. And I think historically advisors just made changes at the annual review, and that's not necessarily the best time. So when I was able to work with Implemented and allow them to manage the portfolios and communicate direct with me, and allow me to then do more of the strategy stuff and get to know my clients and do what I'm good at, I felt the client was going to get a better outcome. And then so that's I guess what was driving me, and I was frustrated with financial. I've been frustrated with the link to financial products for some time, and then allowing us to spend more time with clients, getting to know them, really got born out of when we had that light bulb moment of let's not be the investment advisor, about 8 years ago. So yeah, I think it was just in general, like I said, about the whole industry. I think it wasn't as much that I thought I needed it. Well, it was, but I mean, it was also that we felt the industry needed it. The industry just been, belted from, pillar to post. The industry, we've just been through the Royal Commission. It's all getting publicised left, right, and centre, and it's portraying the financial advisor, as being advisors who charge fees and don't do anything for it, who don't act in the client's best interest. And it was all around what the banking advisors were doing, but it did portray the whole industry in a bad light. So we just felt the whole industry needed a rocket, but needed some fuel to change and drive that change. Needed some leadership. And we, when Sandy and myself and a few of the other guys went over to the US and were able to actually get deeply involved with United Capital and learn their process and try and bring that partner up with them to bring it back to Australia, that was the catalyst to saying, right, let's do this, let's do something about it. And obviously when that fell through, and then we all decided, let's build it ourselves. And that's where it started, I guess. And it was so, as much as, look, we wanted it for our business, but we also wanted it for the industry. Look, I mean, we went through a significant design and brainstorming phase. I mean, we saw what we saw in the US, but we needed to Australianize it. Obviously we've got a whole lot more regulation and compliance that we've got to adhere to. So there was no real reservations. It was probably more just trying to think through and ensure we dotted the I's and crossed the T's and helped advisors adhere to their best interest obligations under FASIA. All these new rules and regs were getting put in front of us, and we thought, well, okay, we've got to know our client. We've got to know what's important to them. We've got to act in their best interests, act without conflict. And we just felt that if we could build this properly, it was going to tick a lot of those boxes. And, we really wanted to engage with both members of the cut. We just feel that, advisors or clients historically have mainly, one member of the couple have come to meetings, and advisors have dealt with the chief financial officer and the decision maker. But sometimes not really heard from the other member of the spouse around what's important to them, and not had. So at times it feels like you're not. Sometimes it feels like you're in a counselling session to a degree, but you're getting to the guts of really what's important to couples, and they haven't talked about it in a lot of cases. So the first time they're talking about it, or talking about it deeply, is in that first meeting with you. But we can't really do our job properly if we don't know that about clients. Were there any reservations? No. I mean, we just sort of, I guess we did go down certain paths and back out and go down different paths. So we sort of brainstormed a lot of different ideas through that process, and we continue to iterate. We continue to find new ways. So I think once we started using it in our business and testing it, then there was immediate feedback that, okay, we thought that was good in the design phase, but in practice, it's creating a lot longer meeting, or it's creating maybe we didn't think of this, or we didn't think that we have too many fields, too many questions, and trying to streamline that into, okay, well, that's all good from a wish list point of view, but what's going to work practically in our business, and what's going to help advisors deliver the service, find the balance between really getting to know the client, but also knowing that they can't go and burn 3 hours worth of time in the first meeting. The feedback's been really good. yeah, I've had a lot of clients that sent me text messages after, and a client the other day just, it was, they've done pretty well in life, and sat down and had a chat, and it really didn't come out in the cards, but it came out in the your confidence questionnaire at the start was around a holiday house, but they hadn't really had time to sit and discuss it when I asked about what they would change or how they're going around spending quality time with the kids and with each other, and dedicating more time to each other. They were pretty low on that because work was getting in the way, and they felt the holiday house might be somewhere where they can get away and do something. Anyway, I think that was last Wednesday, and I got a text last night saying, we're not spending a heap more time with each other in the last week, but we really valued that discussion. But we have bought a holiday house, and they sent me a link to it. So, that probably the Lumiant discussion triggered that, so that sort of. Yeah, that was real positive feedback from them. I think we want to try and help change people's lives for the better. We want to help them make the right decisions. Some people think they've got to hoard this money away and save it for a rainy day, but really, you got to also live. You got to live your life. So we're trying to find the balance between having enough for the rainy day, but also not sacrificing what's really important to you right now. And they feel that holiday house is going to allow them to spend so much more quality time with their kids and with each other and with friends. Oh, look, I think mainly just it's around actually the new goals we've been able, like the more meaningful goals that have come out of our discussions with our existing clients. Existing clients, we see them every year and we ask how things are going. But what's come out of having the Lumiant discussion is that we've actually, got to know them even more and probably set some more meaningful goals which are things that we can now really aim to strive to achieve with them. So that's probably been the main thing we've noticed as a difference. We've taken some new clients through the process and that, but I guess our main focus has been with our existing client base and trying to onboard them into having these discussions and really, really help them. They're the ones who are already paying us, and they're the ones who we want to try and add more value to for the fees we're charging. So I think that's probably been the main thing that we are finding with our existing client base is that we're creating new discussions, meaningful ones, and new goals that they've had sitting there but haven't really been put on paper and been a focus. I think with the existing clients too, I mean, a lot of them, either they're retirees or you've already been advising them and they've got these lump sums there. And I guess the discussions, in the past has always been around, it's been around how, when they're going to retire, when they're going to access it, have they got enough? And I guess what the Lumiant process has done, it's brought forward, well, okay, if they haven't put to make work optional is really important to them, and that they can, out of that discussion that they're actually enjoying work, well, okay, they might work for a bit longer. It changes the projection, and it basically says, well, but you've also said that you want, X, Y, and Z. Well, let's do that now. So I think it's really beneficial to existing clients because you've probably, if you think back and you're really honest with yourself, you've probably been, I don't know, fairly stagnant with some of them for some time, and you didn't realise that there's things that they want to do in their life right now, and they have been a bit hesitant about doing it because they didn't feel they had the money or they didn't feel they were able to. So we're really just trying to get to the heart of what's important to those people and trying to encourage them to do it because we want to see them happy, and that's why the existing clients, and the other thing it does with existing clients that is a bit different to the new clients is that you already know them. So you already know a lot of that, so you can sort of prompt and ask questions, and you can get, and for new advisors, you can get match fit on the process with people that you already know. looking forward to continue to work with Lumiant around fine-tuning the process, the platform, the additional modules, and yeah, hopefully we got a lot of other advisors out there who are trialing it, and yeah, if they're early adopters, that they know that they can have an influence over the direction of the business is heading, because there's a huge opportunity to change the way you're doing things in your own business. And and if you're out there and you're hesitating, just give it a crack, because they are much more enjoyable conversations.
You've just heard from a really happy client of one of our Evolve Alliance provider members. If you'd like access to some great tools, services, ideas and resources to help you improve your advice business, go to evolvealliance.com.au and join the Alliance.